24 of his rivals ahead of the Spanish Grand Prix. We'll start with the
one about your two riders.
Well, I think this
Spain, who will triumph here at Jerez. Pecco Bagnaia on pole position.
2022 Red Bull Grand Prix Spain underway. Who will reign in Spain? Bagnaia gets the... He's starting to try and make some progress towards the... Oh, Marquez. Speedway.
Someone down on the top of the screen.
Further back.
Martin, I think.
Nakagami out wide. And that replaced Jack Miller in the factory Ducati team next year with a terrible start to his home Grand Prix.
Juan Mir now picking off Taka Nakagami. Mir up into the top 6.
Yeah, Nakagami's a race leader, Pecco Bagnaia, but in this situation before we've seen Fabio Quartararo
for Maverick Vinales. He's down in 20th position. He's just got past Fabio
disaster for Vinales. That looked like Alex Rins was really slow coming out the first corner.
On board then with the reigning world champion Fabio Quartararo. He's very, very close to the back.
Quartararo's just glued to his rear tyre at the moment, isn't he? Bagnaia's not been able to break away. We didn't think he would be able to get within striking distance to attack Bagnaia.
The third sector of the circuit is where Bagnaia's case as well. Nakagami stabilised the situation after he lost those 3 places in pretty short of the sole remaining Pramac Ducati.
Yeah, that's an outstanding ride by Marco Bezzecchi.
Grand Prix, Miguel Oliveira from 21st on the grid up to 13th. Brad Binder also.
Right. So as we suspected, as we thought would happen, Pecco Bagnaia, no quarter given between the 2 Spaniards up into turn 1. They've exchanged weekend. The latest Spargo on Friday, very angry that Marc Marquez was following him for a tow. That's down the hill, tricky entry to the Michelin corner, and the South African crashed out the last 3 laps between the 2 top men in this Grand Prix. Bagnaia, a couple of high 130s.
Of Jack Miller and Aleix Espargaro well and truly in touch too. Miller looks like he's got a bit of a queue behind him now.
A big crash at the start of 2020 in a qualifying session which really hampered his...
Zarco's dropping down our timing screens. Confirmation on our timing screen. Zarco's down too.
It's been a horrible day there. Championship points. He was trying to find a way through on Marco Bezzecchi. Oh, that was nasty. Shoulder injury in a qualifying crash in Portimao. He's not anywhere near 100%.
20 world champion. He's dropping back into the clutches of Taka Nakagami, who's keeping that steady pace.
But again, Miller's going to be too strong on the front end on that Ducati.
Yeah, and Marc Marquez couldn't be following Jack Miller much more closely, could he? He's looks close this time.
12. Marquez again just running a little bit wide into turn number 13, and Aleix Espargaro was 21st after that high-speed scare at turn 12.
Nothing to choose once.
4 on FP3, he was the superior man over the longer distance on race tyre. Another podium finish.
As Quartararo identified this point in the race then as the time to up the pace. Bagnaia so often been strong, largely incorporating, of course, that back straight. They clicked through the third.
Binder crashed. Andrea Dovizioso and Frankie Morbidelli, they're not even in the point scoring places. Command on that lap 16 was the Italian, a 1:38.203.
Isn't it? He said yesterday 5th to 10th was roundabout where he expected to be. Still run.
Factory Ducati team might be celebrating another win here in Jerez with Pecco Bagnaia still. Pecco Bagnaia. Lynn Jarvis then looks on. He's been locked in behind closed 3 on lap 20.
Quartararo does have some more up his sleeve. He's not got an awful lot. Stretched out a little bit again in the first sector. It's 0.8 of a second now. So Quartararo.
Suzuki that Mir, being so good as he is in the latter stage of Grand Prix, seeing this intense pressure coming from Marquez.
Oh, there he goes.
Marquez up the inside. Crowd here. They're looking at the big screen on the main grandstand. They're going wild here. Miller trying.
3 Ducati of Jack Miller. If he wants eyes on the podium, he needs to follow Marc Marquez quickly.
This was a Miller on a slightly wider line, and up the inside it was clean. It was clear. 3rd place. Here comes Aleix Espargaro. As Lewis said, he has to find a way through on Miller. And in the blink of an eye, Aleix Espargaro on the factory of Aprilia is now up in the 3rd place. And on course for another podium for Aprilia.
So Aleix Espargaro is busy thinking about Jack Miller here, and you can see actually for the first time not the fastest riders on track. Aleix Espargaro was the quickest man on track last.
Now then, here we are back at the front. Fabio Quartararo, you can see there.
Quartararo can make a move. Turn 1 is a potential opportunity. Turn 6 is another.
In Spain, we come into the stadium section then. for the penultimate lap here. The
Lap to go, it's just under half a second. It would take some effort from Fabio Quartararo to...
on a 24-lap-old Michelin rear tyre, stunning pace by Pecco Bagnaia. And Rossum of the season, Fabio Quartararo is running out of time here in Jerez. Gap still 0.4 of a second.
Marc Marquez hasn't given up on pole.
So it's Miller trying to hang on to a hard-fought fourth place. Here he comes, Mark. Famous home Grand Prix podium here. But here is the battle for the race win. I think in Spain, the Ducati man wins the Red Bull Grand Prix of Spain in 2020.